Hi friends, Rosario from Simply Option. In today's session, let us look upon topic risk management. It is one of the most important factor one has to meticulously follow as an option seller, because the probability of option seller going bankrupt is very high, because on any particular trade his loss is actually unlimited but his profit potential is limited. But before going into all those things, what is the two major important factor which destroys a trader in stock, be it in any other format, but particularly in stock market? Two important factors which destroys a trader is, one is fear, the other one is greed. When we are talking about risk management, let us talk about the fear factor. What is fear? There are two fears one might have. One, fear of losing the profits which you have earned. You have taken a trade and it is at some level of profits. The fear of losing that profit and going into loss territory. So one will book that particular profit early. So that is fear of losing the profit. The other fear, fear to book the loss. You will have some notional loss, say 50,000, 1 lakh, such a kind of loss you will be having. Fear to book the loss and hoping for recovery. This particular loss will be recovered in some form and fashion, praying that the market will go in favor of you, and this particular loss will get turn into profits. That is to fear of booking the loss. So both these fear is actually bad for a particular trader. So this is where the risk management comes into place. In a very understandable example, if I have to give you, say if one particular guitarist, if he is not tightening his particular string well, if it is very loose, he will not be able to play the music. On the contrary, if he tightens it too much and he plays, the probability of the string gets broken or beaten down is also high. In both the scenarios, he will not be able to play good music. So one has to tighten the string enough at the appropriate level so that he plays beautiful music. நில்லாமல் வீசிடும் பேரலை நெஞ்சுக்குள் நீந்திடும் காதலை. So that exactly same applies to option selling. Yes, risk management is important. You need to adhere to the risk management, but you should not fear for everything. On the contrary, you shouldn't throw away your risk management and hope that losses will get mitigated into profits. Both you will have to adhere and you will have to form an in-between line. So how, then you might have a question, Rosario, what is that in-between line? How do we know that? There are some basic thumb rules. Maybe I will explain one of the thumb rule which I personally do as a system trader. This particular option selling, that too as a systematic option selling, it's a game of probability. In order to understand the game of probability, let me introduce you one of the option Greek called delta. So what is delta? Say for example, if an option is having delta 1, which means if the particular, say HDFC Bank is the underlying, if a HDFC Bank underlying is spot is moving by 1 rupee, this particular option premium will also move by 1 rupee. On the contrary, if the particular option, if the delta is 0.1, which means 10.10, if the particular underlying is moving by 1 rupee, this particular option which is sold at 0.1 delta will move only 0.1. Meaning if the underlying is moving 100 rupees, this will move only 10 rupees. This is exactly known as delta. In very simple term, if whatever percentage it is, if it is 100%, that is 1. If the underlying is moving 100 rupees, this will also move 100 rupees. If it is 0.1, if the underlying is moving 100 rupees, it will move only 10 rupees. In other words, if you want to understand this delta is, it is the probability that this particular option will go ITM, that particular probability is mentioned as delta. For a 0.1 delta or 10% delta, the probability of this particular option going into in the money or this particular option is getting into trouble is only 10%. However, for a 100% delta, the probability of that particular option getting into trouble is 100%. Immediately if the market moves, this will get into trouble. It's all about the probability. Probability where you can derive from the delta of a particular option. I will show you an option chain where you can go and check the delta.
Yeah, let us quickly see where we can go and check the delta and what is its implication. I'm going to my paid app called Sensible, wherein I'm going to an option chain for 17th March expiry. So, where does point 0.1 delta or 100% delta resides? If you notice keenly, 0.96 or 100% almost close one. So it is the 17,500, or you can take 17,600. 17,600 put option. Where is the market now? It is at 16,600. That is 1000 points away. We have the 1 delta option. What does it mean? If the Nifty is moving by 100 points or 1 rupee, exact same proportion this option premium also will move. Now the market is at 16,600. If it moves to 16,500, 100 rupees, 100 points, this option from 1000 rupees, it will become 1100. That's what it denotes. That means this option will get into trouble right from the word go. If the Nifty is moving against you, immediately you will get into loss. On the contrary, let us go and check where is the point 1 delta. It is somewhere, see, you can notice here, this is point 0.9 and point 0.10, somewhere close to, let us take the round figure, 15,700. Meaning the probability of this particular option getting into trouble is only 10%. In next 5 days, 5 6 days, Nifty has to fall from 16,600 all the way down to 15,700. The probability of that being happening is only 10%. What about the option prices? If tomorrow immediately the Nifty falls from 16,600 to 16,500, 100 points, this option premium will change only by 10 rupees. Not like the exact movement. From 30 rupees, it may go to 40 rupees. There are several other Greeks which impacts the price, but if you take delta alone into account, this movement of 100 points will change only 10 rupees here. I hope you are clear about this.
Now that you understood what is the probability of an option premium going into trouble by the way of delta, let us take one very simple example and you will understand what is the math behind this option selling in systematic way. For a point 0.1 delta, meaning 10% delta, that particular option is being traded at 10 rupees. Okay, so let us take 100 trades you are taking on that particular same option every week on week. So what is the probability of you losing on that particular trade? Out of 100 trades, you are bound to be successful 90 trades, because that is 10% probability only you lose money, right? So 90 trades you will be making money. So how much you will be making money? 10 rupees into 90 trades, 900 rupees is what you will be making money on a given 100 trades. So what about the remaining 10 trades? This remaining 10 trades, you should ensure that you will not lose more than this 900 rupees. All you need to do is that very simple activity. Say for example, you keep 8 times the stop loss. On that particular trade, you should not lose more than 8 times of what that particular trade is happening. This 10 trades, if you lose say 80 rupees, you are selling that particular option is for 10 rupees, you are kept 8 times the stop loss. So this particular 10 rupees option, if it is going to 80 rupees, you are going to square it off. So even on in all the 10 trades, if you lose 80 rupees, into 10 trades, 800 rupees will be your net loss. However, you have earned 900 rupees on the remaining 90 trades. So net you will be profitable by 100 rupees. This is the simple game of probability. So in this given example, you know, if you are restricting your loss in this point 1 delta, if you are restricting your loss maximum to 8 times of the whatever option premium sold, in a longer term you will be net profitable. That doesn't mean you will have to keep 8 times the stop loss. So you can keep 3 times or 4 times. That's where the system edge is defined. All the simple point is, you should be aware of your system. You should know when to cut your loss. You should not keep the particular option. If you keep just 2x, now and then that particular stop loss will get hunted. You will be booking the loss very frequently. But if you keep it very high also, your system edge will go away. So your system, whatever principles you are following, you need to know where to cut the particular loss, so that in long term your system will be a good profitable system. So this is about the game of probability. If you talk about the final segment, I'll talk about the risk management. On a very basic thumb rule, you should not lose 2% of your capital on any one particular trade. That's a very basic thumb rule. You can take whatever adjustment, you can take left and right, sell, put, sell, call, whatever adjustment you take, you should not lose more than 2% of your capital on a given particular trade. On a given particular month, you should not lose more than 5%. So if you ensure these two very basic principles, 2% on one particular trade or 5% on one particular month of your capital, then your capital is always preserved. Since the time value of money is favoring an option seller and the probability is always favorable to option seller, you will be bound to be successful in a longer term if you ensure these basic two principles. I hope this risk management video is somewhat useful to you. You can ping me or DM me on this on any queries on this topic, because this is a very important topic. Hope you would like this particular video. We'll connect in the next session. Thank you. Cheers.